Hello, everyone. I'm Uriah Westman, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here or you haven't been following around with my comedy career, is for the last year and a half to LA, is I've been working on and have now performed my solo show, Three Cults Walk Into a Bar, over 13 times. I've been doing it for over a year. And I'll be doing it again August 14th, 2025 at the Lyric Hyperion Theater in Silver Lake. And I filmed my first show. I sold out my first Three Cults Walk Into a Bar show. I actually still have a couple of my flyers right here. And the description I had here was, follow the incredible true story of comedian Uriah Westman as he tells the tale of growing up in three cults, kidnapped as a child, and a near-death experience. Ignore the grammar there, but I sold out my first show, and it was in front of my sister. That was the only family I had there, and friends and strangers. This was the first time I ever did an hour on stage, and it was legit the greatest day of my life. It was the greatest hour of my life, and I will look back on that moment so fondly because leading up to it, the night before, I lost my voice, and a year of painstakingly going through all the trauma of my life, writing it down, rewriting it, finding jokes, my open mic to share the most traumatic parts of my life in front of open mic comedians, people I see, was very, very difficult, but built this amazing community to be able to feel comfortable enough to share that. Regardless of me selling this show out, is I have never watched the video of my first set. I listened to it one time just to see what it was, but I've never ever watched any of my sets of my show in full. And I think the reason why is a lot of the stuff that I talk about was just memories I pieced together, but never quite had it validated by anyone else. And my last show, the 13th show that I did, there was two people that were in the cult. In the front row was someone around my age that asked me another question, and it brought back all these other memories. And afterwards I talked to her, and it validated all these memories. I could be perceived as, oh, maybe my parents were even more crazy than what the cult believed. But I'm not going to spoil anything of the show. You got to see the show. But them saying the same thing happened to them made me realize that, oh, while it sucks that it happened to them, to know that I wasn't the only one, there's odd comfort in that. But the big thing that really, made me feel more comfortable to talk about this, and then now watch the footage without having panic attacks or feeling so emotionally disturbed by just seeing myself share this to other people, even though in the moment it's all comfortable, because I'm very comfortable on stage sharing this, because comedy is how I got through everything. Comedy is how I connected with people. But during the Q&A, the son of the leader that started the first cult was there. And when Mike Bridenstine, who was moderating the Q&A, asked what he thought of the show, and he said, "It's fantastic. It's all true." It validated and made me realize that everything that I've been talking about and experiencing was not just me being a complete nutcase and my parents just going way off the deep end of what the cult actually believed, knowing that what was taught to me about demons being real, about rock music would steal my soul, and negative energy if I wear dark colors, was also what happened to other people. And I don't wish it to happen to other people, but of course there's been people that have been impacted by this cult that had 50,000 members. And to know that these memories I have are not bits and pieces of a psychosis of my childhood made me feel more comfortable to be able to share it on my YouTube channel and be more comfortable being able to watch this for the first time. It took over a year. I've done 13 shows and still would do the show, and it got better and better, but I could never listen to the sets, and now I can listen to it and experience this secondhand of and learn from my performance, and it's overwhelming and it feels fantastic. And while watching this clip, I realized I gotta just be sharing this with you as I kind of go through watching these videos and just the Q&As right now. And in the Q&A, someone asks,
what is the happiest memory you have from stand-up comedy so far?
Yeah, probably tonight. The second happiest was when Kate Beckinsale walked out during my set. Like, I had to sit through Underworld 3.
took me a second to realize, because in the moment, I'm not realizing that I am making history of my own comedy career. This is moments that I've been striving for. I have an hour of comedy. I sold out my solo show in Los Angeles. Oh, it's amazing. But the second thing that happens is a memory of me bombing in Calabasas and Kate Beckinsale leaving in the middle of my set. I went to Underworld in the theaters. I went to Underworld 2 in the theaters. I went to Underworld 3. And as you can see from that clip, is all of a sudden that memory pops back up. And you can tell on my face I am having a cathartic moment with not only sharing that trauma previously of growing up in cults, but now that memory of Kate Beckinsale leaving my set, and that sucks. It doesn't feel good for anyone to leave a set. But when you have someone who is an A-lister, who's been in multiple films, regardless of how good they are, it felt good because that popped up in my mind, and I use humor to get through that. And this solo show has been eye-opening for me, just recognizing patterns in my life, recognizing how I relate to other people in this new lens where I can think about these traumatic things that have happened in my life. I can make jokes out of them, but know that I'm not in this like spiraling pattern where I'm worried that all of a sudden I'm going to believe these things again. Kill his childhood and no one can relate to it. And this is kind of connecting with anything else, is like, this is what it's like to be seen. And I'm sharing my story to people, and I've had people that had family members in the cult, and they called it a healing experience. But meeting other people that were personally in it and understand me as a person is just a level of understanding and a level, even with strangers, of acceptance of just like, you meet someone, it's almost like two people that are fans of a sports team where you both instantly understand each other, especially ones that have never won anything. Has made me feel a lot more comfortable to watch these clips, and it's so exciting that I can now know that I can watch. I paid the videographers, and I sent to the Mike Bryanstein, who moderates the Q&A, and he's watched them. He said they're great. I mean, it's been so hard, and now knowing that, I feel like I can personally watch these, learn from it, hear the laughs, hear the experience, is like, I think a part of it is being self-conscious about my voice. Oh, I could have done that differently. All these other vulnerabilities that, like, if I can slowly, continually use what I've used, my comedy, as more of a tool, more of a weapon to fight these insecurities and vulnerabilities, rather than them being a mask for my vulnerabilities, is how I can further empower myself to feel more comfortable with owning my past, but to know that I'm not using my comedy as a mask anymore, that I'm using it as a way to push progress in my life. And it may seem ridiculous to you, but me right now recording my voice, uploading it to the internet, and listening to it, I can do that. But watching a video of me still doing really, really good on my solo show is still hurts. Those insecurities will come to light, and if I can make progress towards conquering those, it really just feels amazing. And what I should be doing is sharing it to the people who have supported me through Cringe Reddit. And that's in the back of my mind too. It's like, oh no, am I uploading stuff that people are going to post on Cringe Reddit? And that's just an insecurity flowing back at me. Because the thing is, if I don't upload anything and I don't get over this, or I don't share the experience, not only are you guys missing out, but I'm missing out. Because this comedy journey only happens once, and I only have my solo show only that one time. The first time will happen the first time, second time. But sharing this, understanding this, going through this, moving forward with this, that is the progress that I need to be showing you guys. Because comedy can mean a lot more than just telling jokes. Comedy can be a way for me to make my way through life in an empowering way, rather than a self-deprecating, soulless, kind of like deflective, like existence of what I feel like I've been doing throughout a lot of my life. Is just tell the joke, people like me, but it was, can I still like hear my voice? Can I still like look in myself in the mirror and be proud of who I am as a person? Is that cliche? Am I immediately thinking of Eminem's song where he's in the bathroom in 8 Mile? Yeah. But also, I'm thinking about that I could say that I'm proud of myself. And very excited. I'll be doing my show again August 14th. And if you're in LA, I'm doing it again September 20th at the Lyric Hyperion Theater. And I have a 8-time sellout show, and I've done 13 of them. So I should be very, very happy with that, as I am. But as I shift through what I'm using comedy for and how it's affecting me and other people, I want to share this with you guys of the internet. Okay, I don't know how to end this.